Yeah, I could give St. Joe's credit, obviously. You know, the guard play is obviously excellent. And then when you throw in, Fleming, who's an NBA first round pick, and the shot blocking of Ojibor, who's, managed to, he's had a little bit of a history of being injured in his career. He's been able to stay healthy this year. It's a big key. Their defense is so much better, obviously, with him. We picked a bad night to have a bad night with a good opportunity here at home, and that's disappointing. I did not think we were as sharp as we've been defensively. Maybe the worst in terms of our focus and sharpness defensively for whatever reason. So you have to look at it, and it wasn't the whole game, but it was in critical stretch to dig ourselves a deep hole. So disappointed, but obviously a lot of good opportunity. Good team, top 100 Ken Palm team. I mean, a good team and a lot of good opportunities left here down the stretch. But we got to be better than we were tonight.
Coach, I asked a similar question to Sean, but can you walk me through the decision, I guess, pregame or during the game to have Castro match up with Ajba for most of his minutes? Do you think it would have been better to have him match up with Fleming instead?
Okay, so when Sean and Slim were in together, our hope was that Ojibor would have guarded Sean, but he didn't because, for good reason, it was our hope. But I think we knew, hey, look, that's not going to happen because they're not going to put their guy who's in the deep drop on a kind of a perimeter shooting five-man. So those minutes, we couldn't. We tried to match then maybe Arjibor's minutes with Sean when June was in, except he guarded June too, right? So then the risk of then putting Sean on Fleming is now you're switching potentially. Well, first you do want to switch, and we blew a couple of switches uncharacteristically, but if you then do execute a switch like that, now you're putting Sean onto X Brown or Reynolds. I mean, that's what good players do. They present problems, that you're trying to solve as best you can. And I think the reality is, for us, it was some of the mental errors that got them their threes more than like a coverage beater from them, And so, yeah, I mean, again, I think that's where we benefit sometimes from having like some versatility in the front court. I think tonight, that deep drop shot blocker like that creates some problems for us with our matchups, no matter who we put in, unless we could put five guys who could make a three on the court, which we can rarely do.
After being down, 3 at halftime, you guys come out of the second half shooting just 2 of 10 when St. Joe's, was really able to make that run. What do you think, they did coming out of the half?
We made a big mistake on we cut it to 1, and then we made the same mistake twice on a Fleming Arjibor screen. It was inexplicable, to be honest. So we got him. We cut it to 1. We're gonna get a stop. Game's close, and then they, we did not have our edge. I don't think. Throughout the game, we had it in spots, but we just didn't have it throughout.
So in the first half, Ty, when we just talked about a great stretch of hitting those threes, he was really good on ball. He's been good on the ball defending all year. He was great defending on ball today. Can you just sort of talk about what you saw from him today and sort of how important he is to the future of this program?
Yeah, he's 18 years old. I don't think there's anybody close to that age out there. Him and Diane both 18. Really emotionally mature kid, which I think is just such a big piece to all this right now. Like you have to have some sense of where you are in terms of, hey, I'm a really young player in an old era of college basketball. I need to earn my playing time first. I need to be trusted with the ball and not turn the ball over. Then I got to be trusted on the defensive end. And then I got to be trusted to make an open shot when given one. and he's done a really good job with all that. And I think it speaks to, his family and, the way he was raised and his family. They're basketball people. Ty Bevins loves basketball. He doesn't love the things that come with basketball. He actually loves basketball, and I think that's really important in this day and age, And so guys like that tend to get better. They just get better, emotionally stable, loves the game, hardworking guy. I think he can get better and better here. Yep.
Castro, been really hot recently. I think tonight was his third consecutive 20-point performance.
Yeah, took a lot to get there, but yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Despite the loss tonight, can you talk a little bit about his performance?
Yeah, he battled. I mean, again, those guys, I think Ojibor is a very difficult guy. It's just the way they play. He's just waiting at the rim for you, and so you got to make some plays. I thought we got a little, just uncharacteristically, we settled. Raphael settled a few times, and that's where kind of told him at one of these times, we got to put the ball at the rim. Shot fake, get him up in the air, get fouled. We got to put the ball at the rim, not, shoot 8-foot shots against him that have a hard time going in. So, but his motor runs so high, 6 offensive rebounds. The guy's, I'm really proud of, knock on wood, I made a little bit of an adjustment to his free throw. That's been very, very consistently good since that happened. I'll give myself a little bit of credit there. Every once in a while, I give myself some credit. I'll take all the blame and maybe just a little bit of credit for that. So he's done a good job there.
Both Castro and Fleming had double-doubles tonight. They both lead the A10 in double-doubles. Castro first, Fleming second.
Yeah.
Do you see tonight almost as a test in terms of how you match up against these bigger teams in terms of their bigs, their rebounding, their size?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've struggled a little bit with some of these teams that play very passive pick-and-roll coverages and have a lot of guards who can go on their own. That's just the reality. And we, I'd have to, we had 21 offensive rebounds, which was great on our end. I mean, we did our part there. But we just need to be better defensively with the way we shoot the ball. We're just not a good enough shooting team to have this many defensive lapses like we did tonight, bottom line. I mean, I thought we physically competed. I don't think, those defensive lapses led to twos that, we uncharacteristically gave up, way too high of a percentage from two. We're going to have to watch why our aggressiveness dipped, and it really hurt us. So.
Can you walk us through, as much as you can, that pretty ridiculous sequence where came up with 9 offensive rebounds in a row?
Was that one possession?
Yeah. One possession, 9
we couldn't make a shot.
10 missed shots.
10 missed shots, 9 offensive rebounds. Can you tell me, I don't know, as much as you can, what was going through your mind during that?
Again, I was upset with them around the 15-minute mark. I just thought we didn't have the edge that we've had all year, And I said, listen, I don't really care about what happens in the game or the score or anything. I gotta see that edge again. I gotta see our aggressiveness. I gotta see us doing the things that we have done to give us a chance most nights. And I think that's probably a little bit of a microcosm of it. They're going to the glass and flying around a little bit. And it would be nice if you get one of those and get to put the ball in after playing volleyball like that. But I don't know. I still think we got a chance to maybe find some shooting here down the stretch. But it's been a challenge. And you sort of look for then perfection on the defensive end, which is hard to get against really good teams, really good, potent offensive teams like this.
Can you talk about how tonight has impacted or changed your mindset and game plan heading into Saturday against UMass?
Just every game's so different. It's just hard to. I'm gonna try to put this one away tonight, and then, we'll start thinking about UMass tomorrow. But yeah, the games are different. I mean, the good news is we got a frame of reference from our game up there, and it was probably this was probably our worst game maybe, but that might be our second worst game. So that doesn't feel good. But it's also the time of year you're trying to figure out exactly how much load in practice, do we tape up tomorrow and go practice hard? Like, maybe. But that's maybe something I might consider doing. Might consider like practicing a little bit tomorrow, more so than like just watching film. I don't know. I feel that way right now because I'm pissed off, but maybe I won't feel that way tomorrow morning.
Buchanan Jr. looked pretty aggressive tonight.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of dunk attempts. He had that late and one in the
Yeah.
second half. He was getting to the line.
Yeah.
How can you speak on like what how important he's going to be like for the future of this program? Like.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's been really aggressive going to his right hand. I think he's been pretty good on the offensive glass. He's such a versatile defender. Again, I think he's starting to play his best basketball for what I think is some of the most efficient basketball that he's played, which is important. I know he banked 2 of those free throws in today, but 13 points on 8 shots is pretty good. 5 for 5 from the free throw line. So I thought he did the same thing against Davidson. I thought it was pretty efficient, and he's kind of been in that mode here as of late, which is really important for us.
Any questions, Scott?
Coming off 3 straight home losses to some of the top teams in the conference, what's your message to the team to, as you said, get back to that edge?
Unacceptable. You can't lose these games at home. I mean, again, I know the Mason game is super close, and but just no, we got to do better there. I mean, we got to do better there. We got 2 home games left. We got to win those games. I mean, it's just the bottom line. I think you can't shoot 38 on your home court and 25 from 3 and expect to win many games against good teams, but you also can't give up 50. So, we've taken a, we're still playing for a lot. There's a lot at stake, right? There's seeding. There's 20 wins. There's a winning record in the league available to us still, I believe. If we win a few more, we're going to win the rest of them. But all that is on the table, and we are playing for a lot. So we've made progress, but we're not where we want to be, And so we're getting closer, but we're not quite there,
Any other questions? All right, thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Thanks, Coach.